This Easter Sunday, April 9th, is a day that holds significant meaning for the British royal family. It marks the second death anniversary of Prince Philip, the husband of the beloved Queen Elizabeth II and former Duke of Edinburgh. While he may have been best known for his sometimes gruff and controversial remarks, Prince Philip was also a devoted husband and public servant who supported his wife throughout her historic reign. When Queen Elizabeth II ascended to the throne in 1952, Prince Philip was initially unsure of his role as her husband, but he quickly adapted and became a vital partner to the Queen, accompanying her on countless official visits and engagements worldwide. His contributions to the British people and his commitment to public service cannot be overstated. As we reflect on Prince Philip's life and legacy, let's also take a moment to appreciate some of the lesser-known aspects of his remarkable life. Prince Philip was not born a British citizen. Queen Elizabeth and her husband, Prince Philip, were the ultimate representation of the British monarchy. But many people don't know Prince Philip wasn't British before he married the Queen. Born on the Greek island of Corfu in 1921, he was a prince of Greece and Denmark, and the nephew of the Greek king, with ancestry that could be traced back to multiple countries, including Germany and England. In a 1992 interview, he described himself as feeling more Scandinavian, mainly Danish, than British. Despite his diverse heritage, Prince Philip renounced his titles and became a British citizen, adopting Philip Mountbatten to marry then Princess Elizabeth. His early years were filled with turmoil and instability. In typical chin-up British fashion, the Queen and Prince Philip didn't talk much about the difficult start to his life. After his family was exiled from Greece, they settled in France, where his father left, his mother was hospitalized with mental illness, and his sisters married and moved away. Although faced with these challenges, Philip was expected to just get on with it, and was sent to boarding schools in England, Germany, and Scotland for the rest of his youth. King George VI disapproved of then Princess Elizabeth's relationship with Philip. The pair first met when then Princess Elizabeth was just 13 years old, and they corresponded as friends for many years before their romance began to bloom. However, their path to happiness was not without obstacles, as Princess Elizabeth's father, King George VI, strongly disapproved of Philip as a match for his daughter. The king was concerned about how the British public would react to a Greek prince marrying the heiress presumptive to the throne. In addition, Philip's exiled status, modest finances, German roots, and Nazi relatives made him an unsuitable choice for the future queen. To make matters worse, the king found Philip's loud, brash mannerisms and blunt, seafaring ways irritating. With all these challenges, the then princess was determined to be with the man she loved, and she went to great lengths to persuade her father and the country to accept Philip as her chosen partner. Her efforts paid off, and the couple tied the knot on November 20th, 1947. Although there was initial disapproval, their love and commitment to one another endured for more than 7 decades until Prince Philip's passing in 2021. Theirs is a story of true love, triumphing over adversity and familial expectations. He is related to the Queen. It's no secret that Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip are related, both as great-great-grandchildren of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. Intermarriage between cousins was common in the past due to the need to secure power through royal marriages. As Victoria had 9 children who married into royalty all over Europe, it's highly unlikely that any modern royal not to be descended from her, earning her the nickname the Grandmother of Europe. His relatives were Nazis. Prince Philip had a complex family history that included connections to the Nazis. Despite his sister's ties to the party and their marriages to Nazi members, Philip himself went on to fight for the Allies during World War II. His mother, Princess Alice, was also a hero during the war, sheltering Jews in Athens and earning the title Righteous Among the Nations on Princess Alice from Yad Vashem, a Holocaust memorial. Although Philip's sisters were not invited to his wedding in 1947, he later reunited with his German relatives in 2015, highlighting the complicated relationships within his family. He was a war hero. In his youth, Prince Philip accomplished many feats as a member of the Royal Navy, where he started as a midshipman at the age of 18. During World War II, he was recognized for his bravery and heroism, and he was mentioned in dispatches for his searchlight control in the Battle of Matapan in March 1941, for which he received the Greek War Cross of Valor. He was also known for his quick thinking and ingenuity, which saved the lives of his fellow crew members during a heavy bombardment when he threw a raft and smoke floated overboard, diverting the attention of a German plane and allowing his ship to escape. These feats earned him the respect and admiration of his peers, and he was named Admiral of the Fleet in 1953. His children were not allowed to bear his last name. Prince Philip was not happy regarding their children's last names. He felt it was unfair that he was the only man in the country who couldn't give his surname to his offspring. However, the Queen was adamant about retaining the name of the House of Windsor after their marriage. After much discussion and negotiation, the couple finally reached a compromise in 1960. The royal house would remain as Windsor, but their descendants would be allowed to use the last name of Mountbatten-Windsor if they needed one. This decision was a significant step towards modernizing the monarchy and allowing for flexibility regarding naming conventions. He gave strength and support to Prince William on the day of Princess Diana's funeral. The royal family faced criticism for their silence following Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997. But behind the scenes, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip supported Princes Harry and William. The Duke even helps William find the courage to walk in the funeral procession despite his protective instincts for the grieving boys. He refused to eat this particular dish. Prince Philip had simple food preferences and disliked oysters, warning hosts. He favored a gin and tonic or lager over champagne and was more of a foodie than the Queen, often eager to try new dishes and ingredients. He played a crucial role in establishing a new sport. During his retirement at Wood Farm, the Duke of Edinburgh pursued carriage driving, a hobby he picked up in the 1970s and even helped establish international rules for the sport and authored a book about it. After giving up polo at the age of 50 and enjoying the presence of horses and carriages, he decided to take up the hobby. However, the Duke was only sometimes successful at carriage driving. He came close to last place in the European Championship and even had to rebuild one antique carriage annually due to regular damage. He was an environmentalist. In an interview with BBC, Prince Philip emphasized the importance of preserving Earth's diversity, stating that every creature has an equal right to live on this planet. We should give them a chance to survive. His commitment to this belief was evident through his early adoption of electric and LPG-powered vehicles to get around London due to his concern about pollution from exhaust fumes. He had a modest personality. Despite being known to speak his mind, Prince Philip was notably humble and reserved when talking about himself. This modesty was necessary for someone married to one of the world's most powerful women. According to his youngest son, Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh believed in the advice of, "Talk about everything else, don't talk about yourself, nobody's interested in you." This was exemplified when the BBC asked him if he thought he had been successful in his role, to which he replied, "Who cares what I think? I mean, it's ridiculous." This attitude may have contributed to the Duke's widespread popularity among the British public, who appreciated his down-to-earth demeanor and lack of self-importance despite his royal status. He expressed gratitude to essential workers in a sincere message. Prince Philip didn't hesitate to show appreciation for frontline workers' hard work and dedication during the COVID-19 pandemic, including garbage collectors, in a heartfelt letter that marked his first public message since retirement. Writing on the official royal website, the Duke commended those in the medical and scientific professions, universities, and research institutions for their vital and urgent work in tackling the pandemic, while acknowledging the efforts of essential workers who keep the infrastructure of daily life running smoothly. He resided separately from the Queen. Prince Philip moved out of Buckingham Palace after his retirement, not because of any marital issues, but because he preferred the simple life at Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate, which reflects the Duke and the Queen's desire for a more modest lifestyle without the presence of many staff. Prince Philip didn't hold the record for the oldest British royal family member ever. Despite living a long and fulfilling life, Prince Philip didn't quite make it to the record for the oldest British royal family member ever. That title belongs to Princess Alice, the wife of Queen Elizabeth's uncle, who passed away at the age of 102 in 2004. However, he did hold the title of the oldest male British royal family member, with Queen Elizabeth II's mother, also named Queen Elizabeth and known as the Queen Mother, being the first royal to reach the age of 100 before her death at 101 in 2002. Interestingly, all three of the longest-lived royals were brought into the family through marriage. In contrast, the oldest British royal by descent was Princess Alice, Countess of Athlone, a granddaughter of Queen Victoria, who passed away in 1981 at the age of 97. In the history of the British monarchy, he had the longest tenure as a consort. Prince Philip was not one to let age or tradition hold him back. He remained an active member of society until he was a staggering 96 years old. As the longest-serving consort in British history, he carried out over 22,000 solo engagements and delivered over 5,000 speeches. Joking that he is the world's most experienced plaque unveiler, Prince Philip was known for his sense of humor, dedication to important causes like science and the environment, and his unwavering commitment to public service. Even after retiring from his royal duties, Prince Philip remained a member of nearly 800 organizations. When a well-wisher expressed their thoughts for his stepping down, the Duke quipped, "Well, I can't stand up much longer." This light-hearted response captures the essence of Prince Philip's character, a man who took his work seriously, but with a sense of humor. Prince Philip provided unwavering support to the Queen. Perhaps the Duke of Edinburgh was more of a feminist than we gave him credit for. He wasn't intimidated by his powerful wife and always stood by her side, even being the only one allowed to tease her. As her former private secretary, Lord Charteris, said, "Prince Philip is the only man in the world who treats the Queen simply as another human being." The Queen has even acknowledged how much she owes to her husband, saying, "He has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years." So there you have it, folks. We hope you enjoyed this video tribute to Prince Philip. He has dutifully served the British people as the longest-serving consort in history. His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. It is a testament to the power of love and dedication, proving that even a foreign prince can become a beloved member of the royal family and an icon of British culture. What are your thoughts? Please subscribe to Modest Narratives and leave a comment below.